Hey everyone, welcome back for today's video. Today we've got a Sigismar and Wingspan deck. We're going to be playing 3 games with it, seeing how we do and seeing what cards were good, what cards were bad. Title is Bleenies Blue Weenies. Name of the channel. Alrighty, so we'll go through the uniques first up. We've got a token generator in Monolith Rune Scribe. Not entirely sure about this one. Can probably upgrade it, but not for a small amount of money at the moment. So it creates 1 token per character that you play after it. If you control a token, which 99% of the time you will, unless someone wants to spend their removal on your free token each turn. The Cadgerian Alchemist is really good as well for winning a double. For 3 mana, it puts 3 tokens into play at the cost of 1 card from hand to reserve. We'll go through them in a second, but you do have quite a few options where you don't actually lose any value for doing that. 3 mana for 4, 5 stats is pretty good. Easy to combine with a charge to lock everything up, which you play 3 of in the deck. The support ability occasionally does well too. I'd say probably in about 10 to 20% of your games you might use it, although that 2 mana for 3/3/4 stats is also very good on the follow-up turn. And finally, Kuat to the center, pretty straightforward as well. From hand, it is a 3-drop for 3/4/3 stats. Plus, also every non-token character you play after that also creates an additional 2/2/2 stats. Really great finisher. Pretty easy to get, I'd say, 10 plus power out of it if you're playing exactly towards that in the late game, because this is effectively the top of your curve. There are no 4 drops or more in the deck. We'll see how that goes. Generally, you want to balance it a little bit higher than that, I suppose. But we'll see if that bites us in the bottom in any of the games. 2 Rune Scribes, 3 Baba Yaga, 3 Field Reinforcements are your card advantage or your card draw engines there. We'll see how they go as well. If we need to top that up, I'm not sure what options we actually have in blue, but these have all been really good. So Field Reinforcements, 2 mana, and you can choose to either draw a card or create an Ortus Recruit token. If both of your expeditions are behind or tied, you can do both. Really good turn 1, drops off a little bit after that, and as you generally don't want to be behind with this deck, we'll see how that goes. I have a feeling that this will be sent to mana if it is drawn throughout the game quite often, but it's, once again, definitely worth to have it for that turn 1. 3 charge, 3 Ortus Carrier, 2 Monolith Bastions are your effective win cons. Ways to generate free stats on the field, as well as really flip those individual days on the head. Puts your opponents in a lot of strange positions. A couple of cards I specifically want to talk about. We've got the 3 Foundry mechanics to directly support our 5 permanents. We'll see how many times that comes into play, or how often the additional stats actually matter. That is what I would consider one of the flex slots. 2 Ortus Troopers, 2 Paper Heralds, so you've got 7 1-drops to go with your 7 2-drops plus your field reinforcements on turn 1. So you have a pretty good chance. I haven't done any calculations on it or anything, but you have a pretty good chance of using all your mana turn 1 fully effectively. So Auto Spy, obviously you don't want to play turn 1. Alchemist and Kuat. Alchemist is actually pretty good turn 1. Definitely easy to win a double up there. But the Kuat you definitely want to hold for later. And finally, removal. We've got 3 teamwork training, 2 Keylon burst, 2 sticky note seals. I recently went back onto the Keylon burst as it is the best answer you have in blue for those landmark expeditions that came out of Trial by Frost, uh, which can really bite you in the bottom. So we'll see how that goes. We'll hold on to them a little bit and see if they're actually useful. Sticky note seal, definitely necessary, as you can get run over a little bit by a lot of the biggos running around. Hydrocana is one that I think about a lot when playing against Muna specifically. And it is your only answer to Brassbug Hives out of Axiom decks as well. So very situational. I would say they get sent to mana quite often if they are drawn. However, definitely important to have some form of out to those in your deck at the moment. 2 Paper Heralds as well. This bottom end is something that I would look at maybe fiddling with as well. The 3 Orders Cadets are pretty mandatory. And I suppose if we are finding that we're not spending a lot of mana in the mid to late game and we're drawing a lot of our 1-drops, we could consider upgrading these to slightly larger bodies. We'll have a quick look. Let's see, filters my collection. We'll go all cards. Characters rare. So this is specifically for those Foundry Mechanics and Orders Troopers. Probably look at playing something like Jack Frost as a way to control and interact with reserve a little bit more often. There are a couple of other options as well. Foundry Engineer, also supports those permanents that we play, but it's a little bit worse on the board for the mana that you pay, so it has less synergy with those Rude Scribes and Kuots that you do end up dropping. So the ones I was thinking about playing would potentially be Athena's as a top end, playing 3 mana for 3/4/4 stats over and over out of reserve. Maybe a way to close out games. The other option I think is pretty standard as well. Where do you go though? Kokobas or Orders Gatekeepers. There you are. Those are things I'd probably look at changing for the next game if some of those 1-drops end up being ineffective. But that being said, let's get into it. See how we do. Alright, on to game 1. Alright, here we are with game 1 of our Bleenies video. Sigismar and Wingspan is the hero. We'll see how we go. We're on the draw when we're up against a Sierra and Oddball. So, a lot of permanents, so Keylon Burst is going to be good here. We get one of those in our opening hand. Can't be too mad about that. Oh, but we do have a choice. Field Reinforcements, Foundry Mechanic will be good turn 1. We'll probably have to get rid of either the Orders Trooper or the Mechanic. Unfortunately, the Teamwork Training will have to go as well, so we'll get rid of that one because we're keeping Keylon Burst. And then 1, 2... 1, 2... Kuat will be good later though. Alright, maybe we just play to the board. We don't have a landmark in hand, so we'll get rid of the Foundry Mechanic for now. Maybe that extra point in brown will come in handy. And immediately punished. Okay, that may be a problem. Draw the foundry mechanic, they'll pass. How's this? Slightly up. There we go. Alright, good start. We'll have to deal with this Icebound Hollow at some point, but that ain't too big a deal. That might be even be coming down this turn if they were playing a different hero, but we've probably got some time. Okay, we'll see what they do with their mana. I think we'll try and hold on to Kuat here. Trooper into Sticky Note Seal would be what I would play if I knew they were going to play a 4-drop landmark this turn. It's alright, we'll try and push advantage. That's definitely one for us. Pretty certain of that. We'll see what they do. They know we've got the 1-drop, so if they remove Kuat with a Keelan Burst or a Boom, yeah, there you go. That's alright. This is fine. We win 2 more. Maybe we get rid of the reprocessor next turn. I think we played it safe, generated some advantage. We're really going to force them to interact with this because we're so far ahead at the moment that even playing him for 4 and sacrificing a creature may be a pretty big deal. There we go. We're punished for getting rid of the Foundry mechanic instead of playing Orders Trooper, but we would have had to get rid of something anyway, so maintain some semblance of card advantage. Keep the Sticky Note Seal. We're far enough ahead that we might be able to get away with playing the Orders Carrier, but I think we can effectively table it. Frog Prince versus... Okay, we can't contest there. That's okay. We'll resupply, see if that changes anything. We've got an Orders Cadets, so playing this plus the Trooper is probably enough to win another expedition, but we do give up 1, so no perfect game. Sad day for us. See what he does. He's got 3 mana, so he can still get a Brass Bug, but he may not want to. If he thinks he's going to lose. Oh, that's fine. Just play the Rune Scribe back. Not sure if that was the optimal play, but we'll take it. Don't really lose anything. We probably would have got rid of the Rune Scribe next turn anyway. Orders Cadets is better if we draw a charge or something like that. we can table the field reinforcements here since we only get one of the options. We'll see what old mate does. Really would like to see a brass bug hive here. We'll try and contest on the frog prince side. Play that, exhaust, play a brass bug token here. So he's got 4 mana left. Draw another card with the Baba Yaga. Or we could keep the Icebound Hollow from triggering next turn. We don't actually have anything to deal with it in turn. But that's probably giving up because he will just play this and something else from hand. So we'll draw another card. Sorry, that one took me a while to think through. Got to get better at just talking constantly through my thought process. Daring Porter. What do we get here? Got a brass bug hive. Yeah. That's fine. We've got enough of a lead that I'm not too concerned. However, I didn't think that one through properly. Actually no, there was nothing we could really do there anyway. Stats on board, we don't have a charge. So we'll keep one of the Baba Yagas around. Pay 2 for 3/2/2, or pay 2 for, what, 2/2/1. Seems reasonable here. See what he does. Field reinforcements. It was good turn 1. Good for mana in the next couple of turns. Let's see what old mate does. Does he play the brass bug hive? I don't know if he can. Yeah. Just a contest here. Match 3. We'd have 4 mana left over. Get rid of the frog prince. Yeah, there we go. I think that's game. So we've got 2 options here. We could play the charge. The Orders Trooper gets it done as well. Doesn't really matter. These games are best of 1, so he doesn't get any information by playing either way. We also get the added bonus of stopping him on this turn because of the extra 2 power in blue, but there you go. Nice, quick, efficient game. GG, well played. Get a few little points there and move on to the next one. Check back in soon. Alright, here we are with game 2 of our Sigismar and Wingspan deck. Let's get cracking. Stumbled over a few words there, don't want to go back and retry.
Alright, Taja and Nora. So whenever I see a Muna character, I think there's going to be very little sabotage at play. And I think playing to the board will be reasonable. We could be hyper aggressive here, 2 Foundry Mechanics and a Monolith. Just play that next turn. However, we may lose the opportunity. If we play 2 Foundry Mechanics and the Order Strooper, we have to get rid of the Monolith. So I think we get rid of that. I like to keep. We'll keep one. We'll hold on to the Rune Scribe as well. I find it very difficult to get rid of uniques in this game, I have to say. So we can see these down here. We can see the comment bar up top as well. Sneezer Shroom gets boost. Yeah, we'll play it out. See what they want to do. Do they have a 1-drop? That's the question. Do they have a 1-drop that has enough power to stop us from going ahead with an extra token? They do not. Yeah, we'll play the Foundry Mechanic, win a side, put it in reserve for next turn. So we do have that option of just playing the Monolith and letting that turn go. I've got a small advantage here. We'll see what they want to do. Advantage in expeditions, that is. Alright, 2 monoliths is probably too much, so we'll get rid of one of those. Hoping to get a teamwork training or a Keylon burst as well. Those can usually turn an expedition for you. However, if he plays Spindle, maybe more of an issue. So we could either play Baba Yaga into Foundry Mechanic here, or we just do what we said, see if they want to try and get rid of it. I'm happy giving up an advantage here. They'll probably play something on the other end, even everything up, but we're in a pretty good spot if we have the Monolith. There you go. Lost in the woods. Disappointing, but that's okay. They didn't have a 1-drop last turn. Do we just play the Monolith Rune Scribe to try and force something out of their hand? Nah, we'll get rid of the Shroomy. A Floral Tent. There's another one. Ah, they've got a split of them though. How fortuitous for them. That's okay. See if they have a way to get rid of Anchored. Sorry, have a way of get rid of Fleeting. Let us hope not, though. Alright, what are we going to get rid of this turn? Get rid of the Carrier, the Rune Scribe. So we can play 2 of them. So it's going to be one of Baba Yaga or the Carrier. Yeah, I like this. I like putting cards in my hand. Drawing cards is pretty much the entire reason that I play anything, so any sort of TCG, so we'll see what we can get done. Hogan, 3, 4, 2. Are they going to play the boost? They are not going to play the boost. Is that an issue for them? Alright, we'll play the Rune Scribe, resupply, see what we get done. Nothing too exciting this turn. What are they going to do? Alright, they can't do anything else. So they are losing the Sneezer Shroom this turn. Do we stop them? Yes, we do. I think it's pretty foolish to not spend 3 mana here, even though we just get another Baba Yaga. We'll send one of the Rune Scribes to reserve. They're leaving everything up. This game was looking so positive at the start, but we're doing okay. Can send a Rune Scribe. Baba Yaga from reserve is just more efficient. An Orders Carrier and a Paper Herald. If we get rid of the Paper Herald, we could play... So this one will give everything a boost, so we can't play that straight away. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really like Orders Carrier here though. We'll get rid of it. We'll play tokens. We'll see if the Baba Yaga drawing something does something for us. He's not going to want to play the Hogan straight away because then he sort of just misses out on the plant boost. We'll draw a card, see what happens. We've got a Kuat, that's good for next turn. So maybe we hold on to the Paper Herald here. Interesting. We'll contest on both sides, force them to make a decision. We've only got 1 mana left. We might be able to spike it. Let's see what he does. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. If he has something that's a 2-drop in hand, he can go ahead. That's fine. We're okay with that because it's burning through his cards. But as it stands, we're going to be one ahead with a pretty strong unique in hand. We'll have 7 mana, so we could potentially keep both Baba Yagas. Yeah, he just passes, making us think he has something to do. Not sure if he does. I don't know if I trust him. Alright, what do we keep? If we draw a 1-drop, we'd really like to have the Paper Herald in hand. I think we played at the hand that we have. This will use all our mana next turn. We'll see if we're in trouble. We're not in trouble. We do have options though. We could look at playing both Baba Yagas on their weak sides. So we have to keep the Sticky Note Steel in case he plays a Hydrocaner. Hydrocaner? I don't remember what they're called. Yeah, we'll contest here. See how he does. He's got the first play. We'll see. 7 mana. Does it all get spent? No. Aloe Vera. Gains anchored. Right. We'll play our Kuat. See what he wants to do. He could beauty sleep our Kuat if you wanted. That'd be exciting. Not sure he wants to though. I wonder if he'll play Ogun on the Dracana side, try and contest over there, because he can see by counting that we get 4 mana, or 4 more power over there if we play our 2 Baba Yagas. That's information that he does have. Alright, 5, 6, 6. Alright, we'll trade 1 for 1 here. Teamwork training would have been fire right there. Oh well, that's a small misplay. We'll bring that up at the end and see. I think it's pretty accepted theory that teamwork training is a better card than sticky note seal, but I'm just so concerned about the big O coming out of him. Oh, I feel like I've committed to keeping it now. Got rid of a teamwork training. What can we do here? We can Kuot, Baba Yaga, charge. This is not a fantastic turn for us. We could lose a lot of tempo here. Let's see. Big O from hand. Please justify my decisions. Not a big O. Spindle Harvester gets him 1 here. He could probably sleep my Baba Yaga as well. Don't know if he wants to do that. If we play Kuot. Yeah, obviously can't play anything from hand here. 3, 4, 3. Let's force the issue. We're not winning over this side anyway. See if we can figure out what that last card in his hand is. Or if he wants to beauty sleep something, he can as well. Not going to be too mad having an extra few power on the board next turn. Yep, that's cool. Don't know if there's any 1-drops out of hand that could win this expedition for him, so... no, I don't know. I don't know the Muna cards that well, unfortunately. We'll see what he chooses to do. If he sleeps, Kuot. Yeah, don't think he wanted to sleep Kuot. Oh. One, two, three. Okay. We'll pass here. We'll stay on 8 mana. So we can play 3 of our 4 cards. sabotage the aloe vera so that the floral tent doesn't pull it back out. We'll boost everything. We'll play a charge. Force the issue there, see if he wants to sleep something. And continue to ask ourselves if he has a 2-drop in hand, because this Beauty Sleep's been sitting here for a while. Not the best card to resupply into reserve. So 2 target characters gain a boost. What are you going to pick? Spindle Harvesters will be one of them. Okay. He'll bounce the Ogun so that the very most he can do is draw in that one, tying everything up. See if he wants to. He can nurture as well. No, he can either nurture or Beauty Sleep. So he can either tie or lose. Could give my stuff boost if he wanted. That'd be nice. Yep, bye-bye Order Spy. No, he sleeps one of his own creatures. That's cool too. Interesting choice. Everything's going to get big over there, so we just got to try and win on our side. Let's see. Do we draw the cards to do it? That's the question. 1, 2, 6, 9. I'm not 100% sure that we've got it here. It's alright. One big fatty. That's all I ask. That is not a fatty. Alright. Okay. How much power can we get on board if we make the token? So it'll be an extra 1, 2, 3. Just got to try and boost 2 things. Are we better off drawing a card? I think we are. Expeditions are not behind. If I had a charge, I would keep it. That may be it. Bless. Heart of the Cards comes through again. We'll see what he wants to do. One, 2. Got 7. Alright, he can do 2 plus a 3-drop. He might have enough to tie us up here. Oh. And I think we get away with one. Yeah, that was quite lucky. Kodama's not the done thing there, I don't think. 1, 2. Takes him to 5. He chooses to pass. I also pass. We both move forward. Hit him with the GGs. Move on to the next one. That was a really fun game. I had a great time there. And he gave us one back.
Alright, here we are, game 3 of our Bellinis video. Let's see how we do. I selected in, we're playing second, and we're up against a Taja and Nora deck. Alright, so our removal is going to be good here. We can't stress, we don't have to stress too much about sabotage. Let's see where we go from here. Sticky notes is probably not worth holding on to. We'll get rid of one of the charges. And then order spy. Hit him with a little old good luck, have fun. This is not a fantastic opening hand, I must say. But yeah, no mulligans in this game, so we'll make do with what we've got. We can probably scroll this down just a little bit more. If I zoom out one, how does that look? Guess we'll find out after the game. Ooh. First choice of the game. Do we just let it go? What one drops do they have that are 1/1/1? I think we pass. We risk it for the biscuit. Oh, they thanked us, saying good luck, have fun. It's going to be a good game. Alright, we get away with it. Successful heist. Can't be too mad about that. Now, we've got 4 mana to think about. 1, 2... Rune Scribe plus Teamwork Training. Orders Cadet plus Teamwork Training is an option. Foundry Mechanic will be better with the Rune Scribe later on. So we'll probably just go with that, hey? Sorry. Alright. Alright. Might have thought about playing the cadets over on the recruit side if they had fallen into just green, but that's where we are, so we can play the Rune Scribe over here, but now that would be a little bit of a suboptimal play if that were our line, because then we don't get our extra token. They must assume that something is up here. So we'll see what they do. If they play a creature this turn, I reckon we just bounce the Sneezer Shroom. If they play a 2-drop, a 4-drop. Okay, it's giving Pavati anchored. Alright. We'll bounce the Shroom, trade here. Even everything up. We're looking okay. Alright, we'll have 5 mana next turn, so at the very least we could play Rune Scribe into Cadets, into Foundry Mechanic. Get a lot of stats on board, and see how we do. Does that change anything? We have access to the next card in our deck from the Rune Scribe now, at least in reserve. However, stats-wise, I think we're better off playing the Rune Scribe first. We'll get rid of the Order Spy. That is a really good card to be playing, but we want to make sure that we're rifling through as much of our deck as possible. What is your choice, my friend? Alright. Get that. Even it up. We're both playing in green, so we'll have to contest there. We'll definitely be playing the cadets this turn as well. Put the token here. Play the Foundry Mechanic. Put the token down, doesn't matter where because we're already winning in both and they've passed. But we'll win a quick double up there. Played the Orders Cadets over the Rune Scribe because we would have had to send something to discard had we played everything from our hand. We'll see how we do. Alright, field reinforcements, probably not great here. Neither is the Paper Herald. However, if we do a quick count, we'll have 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The Rune Scribe's effectively a 1/1/1 here, or a 0/1/1, because we're not playing in green, which is its strongest stat. But I think we'll play it anyway. See what Pavati wants to do. We've got a Floral Tent. Target character gains anchored. He can play the Cone Man, but we'll match on this side. Another Foundry Mechanic. That might change something. But that's cool. Alright, plays Pavati. Gets a boost. Gives it anchored. We'll play one of our Foundry Mechanics and the token, see what we're doing. Gives his little shroom anchored as well. If we play the Paper Herald, put a token down, we can actually stop him from progressing this turn as well. Choose an action or pass. We will pass. Alrighty. Now, we've entered a situation that we didn't want to get into. Playing the Rune Scribe and the Paper Herald from hand means that we didn't get second value out of those. But we'll deal with it. Let's see what he wants to do. We'll pass. Can give something a boost. Just from the spindle. It's probably going to have to try and cycle through as much anchored as possible. Pavati gives something anchored. Okay. Alright, what are we doing here? 6 mana, we would need 1 more mana, so maybe holding onto the Paper Herald to send into reserve would have been the good choice there. We would have given up an expedition, and then would have been able to play both the Monolith and the Order Spy this turn. There's no real point in doing it though. We'll play a landmark and just hope that their spell this turn is not just hope that their spell this turn is not removal for that landmark, because then we should be in a pretty good spot. Just have to fade one form of card. And he has it. Truly unfortunate for us. Might be starting to turn a corner here. We'll just pass. We know he has to pass as well. We'll get to be on the play, so our sabotage may get some work done. We'll see. Alright, he's got 1 creature on board. He'll draw 2. We'll draw 2. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, If we get rid of the Keylon Burst, we can play everything in hand. I think we'll do that. We'll have 4 creatures on board. But we can't bounce. Play the hero. Sorry, we'll play the Auto Spy. Get rid of the Cone Man. I guess we'll just find out if we've got it. We have 6 mana on that side, or 6 blue stats. Sneeze a Shroom. Tough 2. So we can either play these or the teamwork training. Doesn't really matter. We'll play it out. There you go. Should just progress here. Can't be too mad about that. Actually forced him into a situation how we played everything on the other side. He would have had to play his Sneeze the Shroom over here, and we would have won just with the recruit as well, so we were in a pretty good spot there based on what was in his hand. Could have drawn something much bigger. I probably should have kept the Keylon Burst instead, but didn't really matter. We'll pass, everyone progresses. We'll move on to the deck review. Give him a GG. There you go. We win. Alright, that was a pretty good one. Can't be too mad about that one. Alright, there we go. 3 games with Bleedies done. 3-0 record. We beat 2 Taja and Nora, as well as 1 Sierra and Oddball. Couple of quick thoughts after that game. Paper Herald was good if we had either RuneScribe or Kuat out. Not sure what I would replace it with at the moment, because we were generally good at burning through all of our mana, so I want to keep the curve low if I can, if I'm going to stick with those 2 uniques specifically. And it does have that added synergy with the Alchemist as well, because you just get to make something for free if you send it to reserve. Our removal somewhat underperformed. I don't know if it was just a matter of those 3 games. Obviously, it's not a statistically significant data set, but we'll keep an eye on that for now. Teamwork training was obviously good to remove something along a few times there, but I felt like, especially in that first game, I held onto the Keylon Burst way too long and tended to just play into all of the permanents that they played. Axiom seems like the best matchup to be playing Keylon Burst and Sticky Note Seal, and I tended to just get rid of them even when they were playable in favour of something else. So they might be things to cut in the future. I don't know if I'm ready to pull the trigger on that just yet. Foundry Mechanic was good just for the stats. It is slightly more efficient than most cards, being the 1/1/2 instead of the 1/1/1 for 1. And the Monolith, people were carrying removal for that. So I don't think we got any stats out of it. I've played a few games off camera as well with this deck, and it has carried if we've managed to fade the removal. And obviously
fading that removal or having it pointed at the monolith means they get less value out of the card that would be used elsewhere. Felt like we were in situations where we were top decking quite a lot as well, or being put in situations where we needed to not put a card into mana fairly early on, say turns 4 or 5, around that 6-7 mana mark. Didn't bite us today, but I have had games where that has come back to haunt us. I like that the deck is pretty low to the ground. It means that you have a lot of options. Runescribe was good. Baba Yaga is always pretty good as well. Just drawing cards is good. Might be able to shave on the field reinforcements down to 2 if we can find something else to replace that with. I don't like going down too far on those card draw spells, but something like a Conjuring Seal might be good there too. So Ortis is a little bit short on card draw effects at common. Obviously, had it been legal, those field reinforcements would have just been easily replaced with an Ozma. That was one of the changes. I believe that might have been even the only card I was playing out of Trial by Frost as well. So let's look at our rares. Our rare spells. We would obviously have to swap some cards around to get those rare slots in for the field reinforcements, but the cards I'm looking at would be probably just a Gift of Self or Conjuring Seal, flat out. Pay 3 mana, draw 2 cards, or pay 2 mana, draw 2 cards, but you sacrifice a creature. You've always got that creature to sacrifice for Gift of Self, so that might be the one I'd look at. But it does put you back on tempo, as those free stats are really what you're leveraging to get ahead, or contest in the companion expedition, so that they can't afford to win in the hero expedition. What other cards were good? Runescribe was good. Always have the option of switching out the Runescribe for a different unique. Something with the same effect but a different name would obviously be ideal. Similar stats, similar mana cost is something I'd like there, but then getting the extra resupply in just pulls you up to 9 ways to redraw or pull something off of the top of your deck. Foundry Mechanic was good. We already talked about that. Ortis Trooper was good. Really combated in the mid games there, just to catch up a little bit, and obviously being a 1-drop is something really good to follow up with the Kuat or the Runescribe, I was really happy. All 3 of the uniques got to showcase throughout the game about why they're powerful. Ortis Cadets, if we were to change anything, it might be a good idea to upgrade that. Not into the rare Ortis Cadets, but play something a little bit higher up the curve if we're playing towards our Runescribes and Descent Kuat there. Means you don't get to play as much, but playing around charge, that's obviously very good. A very good card. Order Spy, pretty mandatory. Only way that you can sabotage in this deck at the moment, as it's constructed, and obviously getting the extra recruit token out of reserve is really cool too. Basically just makes it a better Ortis Cadet. yeah, if I were to change anything, I'd probably look at swapping some of the removal out, you know, upgrading it to some of those options out of Trial by Frost. Tiny Jail might be good for those situations where Sticky Note Seal isn't good. However, then you are very vulnerable to um, you know, big landmarks because you have no way of removing them. If we hadn't played the Sierra on Oddball game, I'd probably pull the trigger on that. Um, but I'm a little bit unsure if we just got lucky in that game, you know, as a one-off. Just muscled through it. Break the Ice is very efficient as well. Would give you a way to deal with the big creatures fairly, or actually more efficiently than Sticky Note Seal, because your odds of getting to 3 creatures is very good. Can probably be played as early as turns 3 or 4 quite effectively. Yeah, I'm good there. Check back in for the next games. Thank you for checking in. I always appreciate it. Let us know in the comments if there's anything I missed or anything you want to talk about. Always happy to chat about this game. Big fan of it. Alright, take it easy.